Thank you very much. So, thank you all speakers for this very important for empowering SMEs for better business growth, strategy and initiatives of the various financial institutions. So, I'm thankful to all of you for providing valuable knowledge and hand holding to our SME sector. Friends, today's Jamana is a 2020, and we play many 2020 matches during your business also, because on time, in time, everything should be delivered. Then only your efficiency will be showcased to the stakeholders. So I am taking advantage now to third session will be like a 2020. So Joe, come on, Prakash, you join with me. Mr. Samadhanan from Airtel, please join on the dais. Nitin ji and Sunil Mehtaji and Mr. S. Nagar, please join on the dais, because we don't want to be in a lunch and you. So best way we can have a very dynamic discussion now in a short and sweet, and which will not be not boring to the our participants. Please take a seat. We are now going to deliberate on industrial and digital revolution, trends, challenges, and opportunity. Friends, for last 2 years, we are enjoying doing business from home, doing business sometimes from office, and doing business full time from factories. Those workers work 12 hours, 24 hours. Rather, we should give a big hand to them. Because of them, the employee, because of them, rather we are generating the output. How we are giving more importance to bankers, government, rather we should give more importance to our employees also. And without my team member, today's conference will not be completed. So give a big hand to my team also. So they will be getting more power to do a better business next time. So friends, we will take a like a 2020 match, and you look at the stalwarts from the different sectors. So like Prakash Patel is from Bhumi World, which is providing the plug and play industrial park. So SME sector is what they are needing: plug and play industrial park. Don't want to waste time and money and to give a ransom money to the local gunda from the politics and all these things. आप बना रहे हो, हमें इतना पैसा चाहिए, अभी भूल जाइए. Prakash is there. So Joseph Libas from USA, he has already spoken about his thoughts. And the India US SME Business Council is my baby, my platform. How we can explore, how we can support you, that is my interest. And Ramasamadhan, business head from the Airtel, because of the telecommunication industry, particularly internet and communication, we have survived in last 2 years. So we should give a big hand to that. Because of that, we started continue our business conversation with our clients and this thing. And of course, we have to understand what is a big corporates like a Sigma Electric Manufacturing Company, how they are supporting for a ready to make ready our SME sector for Industry 4.0, and how they can adapt the advanced technology for productivity, quality productivity. So I'll not take much time, but I'll request the Mr. Samadhan to give a in a brief your thoughts by PPT or by a presentation or by thoughts, so that we can understand what is the value addition Airtel is bringing for our SME sector point of view. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chandrakant, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I will not take much time. I will quickly wrap up with few critical things. I think the last 2-3 years, digitization and connectivity has been key for us. So when we talk about digitization, I think the first thing which comes is what we do as a physical form. We want to convert it to a digital asset. The second is the application layer, because since morning we've been seeing that a lot of people mention that you need to go online to get more clients, and the ease of working is important. So being online is very critical. The third important factor for me is how secure is this digital platform, because it's become a fantasy that I want to move to a digitization, my entire business has to be digital. But one thing which each one of us need to be aware is how secure are we doing this business, because at the end of it, it is your money and it's your crucial data which lies. So in the interest of time, I will skip a few of the slides here. So what we want to know is ask yourself when we start your business, because a lot of entrepreneurs are starting the business first time. We want to set up the whole business. All that you need to see is whether you have a secure connectivity, stable connectivity, and you have a single partner to manage. Because cost plays an important role, and also it is important to implement the right thing which the industry is requiring. So just to give you some stats, that most of the startup companies, be it any vertical, they are prone for attacks, cyber attacks, because the data is available. What we land up is looking at the cost, we go and pick up some local service provider or any of the application provider who stores the data in their premises, and that data is sold out. They try and monetize your data for their own benefit. If somebody is offering you at a lesser price, which means that he's trying to monetize what data you have. So these are some of the security threats you have, and every threat is expensive. And while you're growing, you might not show importance because your focus is only on development of the business. But as you grow big, this is really critical. So it's better to start when you are small. Right? So these are some of the industry leaders who talk about why it's important to digitize, why it is important to have a digital transformation, and why it's important to go on a cloud model. Because right now everything is a pay-per-use model. There's no captive setup. We're not talking about capex investment. Everything is opex. So you can get use of the entire benefit. And the other good part of using the cloud platforms is the platforms are created for a vertical, right? You might use some of the features, but if there are some other similar industry who's trying to add some feature to it, you automatically get that benefit, so that it helps you grow later. So when you talk about digitization, it is important that what is mission critical, what is relevant, and you don't have to invest everything at one go. You can do it step by step and see how effective it is and how cost effective it is. So all that you need to have is a single partner who's able to give you on a pay-per-use model and gives you a complete technology. So these are some things in Airtel we offer. Typically, when we talk about the brand of Airtel, something which comes to everybody's mind is I'm a mobile user and I don't have connectivity in my office, home. This is what typically people use, and they talk about how much they pay for a monthly rent. But what we do beyond that in Airtel Business, this is the B2B arm of Airtel. What we really do is we are an ICT player. We don't call us as a telecom player. We are an ICT player. We consult customers, we consult SME to grow their businesses. So these are few things like connectivity. I will put a small journey in about a few seconds. Let's say you're starting a company. All that you need is you need a domain, right? You need a company website. And then you need an email ID to attach to that website. You have that data, you need to put it either in your server at your office or put it on the cloud, right? And then have some payment transaction happening so that you can communicate with your clients. And also put the application, the CRM application or any kind of an application layer on that server. Right? All these are available with Airtel. You don't have to go. And this is available even as we talk. Most of you must be using a corporate SIM card, but how many of you know that you can own a website of your company, own a space, and also have a Google workspace on what you're paying now? You don't have to pay me additional. We will talk about it. My team is here. We'll explain it to you in detail. But that's available for whatever you're paying for your current usage. You don't have to pay me anything additional. Since we are talking about manufacturing industry and logistics here, it is important to track where the goods are traveling, and it's important to track where it is reached and the assets to be tracked. So we have a comprehensive solution of IoT. We are an IoT market leader. We share about 48% market share. So we have a complete suite in terms of the entire journey, right from hardware till it is tracked. So being a telecom player, these are all extensions what we have. And like they rightly pointed out, after 2 years we are meeting, but in these 2 years, our collaboration platform like Zoom, BlueJeans, and Microsoft Team has helped us connect with each other. in this pandemic times, and that's been offered by Airtel. So just a quick ecosystem of manufacturing and distribution, that this is what happens. You have a logistic, you have a business, you have a sales team, you have a production team, and you have a retail or a service team. For all these ecosystems, we have a proposition or a product or a solution available, right? So even right from if you want to reach out to your customer, you don't need to have a customer contact center by investing on people, hardware, application. It is available on the cloud. Next 4 days you can go live and you pay for what you're using. So going live and having a customer service support or any technical support or any support for that matter, it is only few days from now, and it is on a pay-per-use model. These are some of our accolades which we have received from the CIO Awards recently. Just a quick Pepe video which runs for about 40 seconds. Audio, please. I want to end this conversation with last two statements. Is one, I want you all to focus on growth, SME growth, because manufacturing is a big industry. Focus on your core business, leave the technology to us, we'll help you grow and we'll grow along. That's number one. Second is that we will make sure your business is secure and safe. And all these products and solutions, what we have displayed right now, are either in-house products or we have partnered with some of the large OEMs, which is like, I can name some of them like Google, Microsoft, Cisco, kind of OEMs is what we have partnered with. So your business is in safe hands, and thank you so much for this opportunity, and I would like to connect with you during the lunch. Right, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ramasamadhanji. Thank you for giving very interesting and very useful information. Rather, when mobile phone started in India, whether we have thought that we will be using smartphone in future sometimes. And when I interacted with Sunil Bharti Mittal, the founder of Airtel, 1998, I remember, in Delhi, he said, we want to make our industry, businesses and entrepreneurs, a smart businesses. So this is a practical, examples they had given how we can use the smart solutions to becoming smart entrepreneurs. So friends, during this pandemic, we know that, the telecommunication company, internet company, logistic company, bankers, doctors played a very important role. But there is another one interesting sector which has played very hidden role. Which must be that? Can you guess the sector? Which is the most important industrial sector played very important role? Packaging sector. Without packaging, you can't get a medicine. Without packaging, you can't deliver anything. And without packaging, Indian product will not be sellable in the market because packaging is most important. So I want to bring here Mr. Nagar. What is a technological development happening in the packaging sector and particularly for the SME perspective?
Good afternoon.
This
Am
is
I
a
audible?
rapid session going on now.
Am I audible?
Yes, go
Good afternoon. Dignitaries on the dais, dignitaries of the dais. Very quickly, as he said, 2020, I have only 6 balls to play and each ball I have to hit a 6. I come from a packaging industry. Basically, we are into high-end luxury packaging business, which is a sunrise industry in India. It started as an idea when we were exploring various options, and we found that rigid board, the solid gray board, most of you when you buy your phone, it comes into a box like that, or expensive chocolates. That kind of board was not manufactured in India. And with this idea, few years back we started this. I am quickly wanting to say or share with you that there's a lot of technology and automation which has gone into this. And I wanted to show, I'll maybe share it online with you all, how we have gone ahead with the technologies and made this product absolutely in India and now exporting it. So far it was known by some other generic brand name. It's not nice to call that name in public, but maybe all of you are insiders. It was called Kappa board. We started in India as Lotus board, and now entire Indian subcontinent and overseas also people know that board as Lotus board. We have invested very heavily into automation and bringing in the technology. There are 4 or 5 very key things which I will quickly cover. We have taken a lot of clue from what Airtel has said. All our operations, whether it is customer end, whether it is HR, that is our own people, whether it is with banking, that is all online now, and it is all web-based and portal-based. We have invested into various green technology. Our manufacturing is totally environment friendly, and we qualify as a zero discharge. In the entire manufacturing, whatever boiler smoke undergoes an electrostatic precipitator, entire carbon is removed. Whenever water is used, we recycle, we clean it through aerobic and anaerobic process, reuse the entire water. And whatever solid waste comes out, especially plastic, it goes into our pyrolysis plant, which is used as a fuel. So packaging, it has gone a long way, and we have automated it, we have invested in the technology, we have invested into new products, new systems, and made this rigid board possible in India in the greenest possible environment, in the greenest possible factory. With lot of automation, there's a double head automation machine which is on the paper making side. We have got QCS and DCS. Every millimeter of board that comes out undergoes a radioactive scanner for all its 7 parameter. And if there is any deviation in the parameter, it gets into an auto-correct mode. So high amount of automation has helped us. And I think that as a small company, as an MSME company, these kind of inputs which are now available to us are all within our reach, and we all must exploit and take advantage for our sector. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nagar sir. Very interesting and very in short given most important information. Now coming back to the industry 4.0, how many entrepreneurs have understand the challenges, trends, and opportunity during the industry 4.0? When you're running a factory, you need automation, you need advanced technology. How you will produce the quality product, because you have to compete with the global market. And I want to hear from the global company which is operating their manufacturing unit in Pune, Sigma Electric Manufacturing. So I would like to know, Nitinji, what is your message to the SME sector, particularly from the manufacturing industry, how they can explore, how they can adapt unique concept for making them ready to compete in a 4.0.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. I am Nitin Inamdar and I am representing Sigma Electric Manufacturing Corporation. Actually, we are a global company and we are having manufacturing units, 6 manufacturing units in Pune and 5 manufacturing units in Jaipur. And we are headquartered in North Carolina, America. And we are 100% export oriented. In America also, we have 3 manufacturing units. So quickly touching the topic of Industry 4, uh, it is very, very important. And I will start with a small message first. That is 6 years back, when in Sigma, we started taking baby steps towards the movement of Industry 4. At that time, it was a fashionable word, perhaps, people thought. Today, it's a necessity. Today, when I'm driving in all my factories across Pune, global factories, I realize that it is a necessity. Let me give you another example. Like 2 years back, when many of the global leaders declared that by 2030, all mobility will be e-mobility. We did not realize how fast it will be. Today, we are able to see a lot of two-wheelers and four-wheelers on Pune roads, which are battery operated. So same as far as digitization is concerned, it is going to be extremely important. Especially the pandemic has really given us a different perspective, flexibility in work, work from home. People's aspirations in work-life balance have increased. A lot of digitization in terms of monetary transactions, food aggregators. That has compelled industry also to move towards a lot of automation and Industry 4. Soon there will be factories where people want to shut the lights and they want to see that the factories are running. Labor shortage is going to be there. As far as Sigma is concerned, our vision is that all our factories are going to be smart factories. Recently, I had gotten capital for 2 big factories, one in Pune and one in Jaipur. And my vision is, or our vision is that it is going to be smart factory. The moment we enter the gate, from gate to the factory premises, everything will be automatic. The moment our car hits at the gate opens automatically. From there onwards, it is all automatic. That is our vision. Quite a few aspects we have installed. Then as far as the machine technology is concerned, we are having state-of-the-art machines in our new factories. The machines are interconnected, means not by physical conveyors, but also by Internet of the Things. So all the information which our plant managers, engineers, they require, that is digitally available to them. In old days, we used to have as you all know, most of you who are from manufacturing, we are having printed copies of standard operating procedures. We don't have that. We have all digital. All machines are connected through Internet of the Things. So like important machine parameters, performances, rejections, productivity, all they get online. Our painting process is digitally connected, means all the parameters are digitally connected because we are on the journey of zero defect. So in today's extremely demanding environment where cost, like we are selling all our products in America, we are headquartered in North Carolina, and our customers are extremely cost conscious and we are up against the Chinese competition. So the point is that zero defect quality, less cost, everything customer wants. And for that, our vision is to have digitally smart factories because we cannot depend upon the labor. It doesn't mean that we want to create unemployment. Labor is not available. In pandemic, we saw that there was a mass scale migration of the labor and we wanted to run the factories. In fact, our customers and our management in America was concerned that how in 1.5 months shutdown, how we are going to manage. So with all this, the paradigm shift is there. We are connecting our factories digitally. Earlier, it used to be kind of a fashionable word. Now it's a necessity. Every year, we are having certain amount of capex allocated for Industry 4.0, in which we do a lot of automation, low-cost automation, robotics, Internet of the Things, IIoTs, and artificial intelligence. We have deployed artificial intelligence in our engineering centers. So this is our overall vision. End of the day, we wish to see in another 3 years' time, all our factories to be smart and digital. And that is our roadmap for the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Nitinji. Very interesting. Friends, why these 2-3 speakers from the global perspective I invited? 2 reasons. One, when you are supplying to these companies, what you are going to learn, how you are going to produce your quality product. What is the efficiency you require to supply this global company? What kind of transformation you can do while you're doing productivity or production, and how you will use the latest technology to produce the quality product with a competitive cost. When you are dealing with all these global companies, you need to focus more on the particularly quality. And you know that government of India is providing a lot of inputs, lot of schemes, bringing a lot of schemes and lot of ideas, particularly for the production link incentives. So where we have to educate, encourage, and empower SMEs to take advantage of that. So take forward this discussion. I would like to bring in Sunil Mehtaji, another one global company, Mitsubishi company, and he is handling the technical support and factory automation for the industrial division of Mitsubishi in Pune. Sunilji, the point is when our entrepreneurs, particularly SME sector, they are supplying to your company and they are understanding requirement, but whether they are understanding how to develop their factory, because in industry 4.0, we are thinking, but Japan, South Korea, USA, they had gone before industry 4.6. So they are thinking ahead. So baby steps to large steps now they're taking. So what is your thoughts about this one?
Yeah, good afternoon. Am I audible? Yeah. Thank you very much for this opportunity for the discussion. I will just quickly give a perspective from the automation point of view. Yes, factory automation plays a very important role even for the small scale industries or a medium scale or a large scale industries. And factory automation has started, I think, in India maybe 25-30 years ago when the relay logic has been replaced with the PLCs. So PLCs are programmable logic controllers. I came from background, I work for Mitsubishi Electric, which is a Japanese company. In fact, we started with a small company called as Messung System, which was started by Mr. Merchant in Pune, in Bhosari. And we were distributors for Mitsubishi Electric in India, and then Mitsubishi Electric took over in 2012. So we have a lot of factory automation products. We call it as PLCs, human machine interface, that is HMIs. We have variable frequency drives. We have servo systems, robotics, CNC controllers. So all these products are the backbone or the components which really play a very important role for packaging industry, or whether it is for Sigma. So all our end customers and the machine makers use these products, and these machines nowadays needs to be get connected to each other. So the network plays important role. There are two types of things. One is a physical network where we talk about industrial Ethernet, and there could be a wireless network where we rely upon companies like Airtel or the solution providers. So now the technology is evolving. People are talking about 5G also. In China, various industries are utilizing 5G for total complete data transfer in the company itself and connectivity with various plants. Now here, whatever we're talking about is one of the product which is called as a GOC, which is developed and produced in India, in Pune. And this has been basically a low-cost automation where we can have a connectivity of the machine to the cloud. So it supports IIoT protocols, so which are required to carry basic necessary data from small machine to the ERP system, or it could be a cloud. So that facilities are available with these small PLCs. And for SME, this is also very important that whatever they have machines, they could have 5 machines, 10 machines, which machines are producing good quality products or which machines are consuming more energy. So all this needs to be checked on a periodic basis, and it is very important that with this type of systems really help to get the data from all the machines. So small PLCs, big PLCs, and connectivity plays a very important role. People talk about Industry 4.0, we talk about, Japanese people talk about e-factory. So that's a terminology same that we are talking about shop floor connectivity to the ERP system, or it may not be a SAP, or it may not be an really SQL database or something like that. People can have a home-ground ERP systems. A very small companies with a turnover of say 20 crores or something like that may not go for SAP, but then they can have some ERP systems where the connectivities from the machines are also possible. So that's the basic takeaway from the factory automation. Robotics will play a very important role in future, and the robots are not very expensive. Please understand that. From Mitsubishi point of view, as well as there are many robots are available in India. If you see the data available, China as well as in Korea, the number of robots per 10,000 people is very high. In India, it is as of now very less, but in future, definitely this portion, this will definitely going to grow at a very rapid rate. We are talking about the companies where we are supplying automation products to Bajaj, Hero MotoCorp, HMSI. Then we are also supplying to various Japanese companies like Hero MotoCorp, then Hero Honda, then Honda, Toyota, and SMG and all these things. So where the entire connectivities of all the shops, assembly, weld, paint, everything is connected to their ERP level. And as he said, it's possible to monitor how much energy is consumed by each shop or how much energy is consumed by each machine. And then we need to focus upon how we can really optimize the requirement. Automation will play a it was playing last 20-25 years, played a very important role in all the sectors, whether it is printing, packaging, textile, then we have automotive industries, we have auto component suppliers. So everywhere automation will play a key important role, and it will also play, it is a backbone for IoT or as well as IIoT. So with this, I would like to conclude my discussions. We are available, we are a Pune-based company. We have got a very small PLC to a big PLC, redundant systems, carrying data on a various reliable networks, industrial Ethernet networks. So all these things are possible. IoT gateways are available. Sending a SMS from a small machine is also possible. Connectivity with the mobile phones is also possible. So it is possible for sitting at home, we can monitor the shop floor, what is going on with the shop floor. So all these possibilities are there, and we need to increase our reach, or we need to increase our expectations from the automation suppliers and the alliance partner suppliers or integrators, and we need to take this industry 4.0 or digitization journey further. So that will definitely help us to be competitive in the market and to be at the right time we supply right components. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mehta Sahab. You know, it's a really need of hour, particularly because e-factory is most important during this pandemic. And we don't know, we do not have any Jyotishi here to say that Corona will go tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. So future can't say any now impact of the Corona or any other disease. We can't, challenge the, our, rather those who have brought this Corona. So we can't challenge them now. They will bring more and more things. So we have to be ready. E-factory concept is ready, easily can be made available to SME sector. And I'm sure that this concept will be very, very useful. And I will will discuss with you how we can encourage our SMEs to use this, platform, e-factory, through that they can, explore more, productivity and enhance the manufacturing unit. We know that, Honorable Prime Minister has shown our dream project that we want to make India as a manufacturing hub. Who are going to make this? SME sector, manufacturing industry, large corporates, MNCs, those are running the businesses in India, and mostly the new entrepreneurship. Now we had seen the e-factory. We understand the global perspective from the Sigma. Now I want to move to the USA now. So Joseph Lebas is, work in a technology company to now working with a technological developed platform. And he is putting efforts for, encouraging US companies to come India and Indian companies to go US. So, Mr. Lebas, what is your observation and what is your suggestion and what is you want to say that how we can explore this platform where manufacturing industry can set up their businesses there, what kind of support we can provide and how we can take them, in confidence that US market is for us better than China, we can explore that.
Thank you. So there is a U.S. TV show called Law and Order. Does anyone know that show? A few hands, only people who have been in the U.S. There's a tagline at the beginning of every show that's called "Ripped from the Headlines." So basically, they start the show and they call it "Ripped from the Headlines." I basically say I like to show pictures, but there's a lot of headlines going on right now, right? U.S., but there's some positive headlines. India-U.S. trade went up 45% in 2021. Not sure anyone knows that. That's great news for us. Congratulations. We're off to a good start. There's some not so good headlines out there right now. Inflation in the United States jumped there it is on the screen there, 7.5% in January. That's a 40-year high. Now, there's a lot of reasons for inflation, but one of it is if goods become scarce, prices go up. So you see in the next picture there's a bunch of cargo ships waiting outside our ports. I drove home the other day, and it was February 11th, and there was a Christmas present we had ordered in late November on my doorstep. The manufacturer was from a country other than India. You can guess which one. Okay. All of these are headlines, right? Headlines means right now. Okay. So how do we capitalize on headlines? We need to be smarter businesses, right? All of my fellow panelists are talking about making your business future-proof. We've heard that term before. I am a technology entrepreneur. I've spent my life building software companies to try to think ahead, right? Because these headlines continue. Hit the button again, there. This is a beautiful headline. India among top 5 economies for ease of starting new business. Speaking for US SMEs, we're at a breaking point, right? We are reanalyzing our trading partners. I loved what Mr. Nitan said there, because it's something we talk about. Sure, doing business, competing against other countries is often on price and quality, but if you can make a better product on those dimensions and then you enter in the politics of the situation, then you can be prepared and ahead of the headlines. One more button hit, and then I'll move along. I'm captivated, and we had this conversation before, that a band of Canadian truckers could come together and shut down basically the auto industry that most of us here are a part of, for a week. It rippled across the world. Keep going forward. I'm not going to go through my whole presentation, but these headlines, these ripped from the headlines, create opportunities for what we all comprise. What is it? Smart, marvelous entrepreneurs, right? Is that what the doctor called us all? That can move faster than large enterprises. So what is it that we are driving forward as a India-US SME Business Council? Our clear role, to line it out here, is to support entrepreneurs looking for expansion of business partnerships, joint ventures in the US. And likewise, we're going to support those same entrepreneurs looking for expansion of business partnerships here in India. There's no better time. To do that, what I foresee is that what's never really been created before is kind of a technology cross-mapping, a portal, if you will. If I'm a SME, and I've talked to a few of you here quickly in the hallway that have already started, you have existing relationships, but if I want to extend my business in any of these 2 countries, I say I want to find somebody like me that I can align with, that I can joint venture with, right? That I can share experiences with. How do I even start that? I can go through the government, and we've already talked with some of the people in the minister's office, and we're going to push those conversations forward. It might start there, but how does it get into practice quicker? Can we create a cross-matching of those services? I'm sure we can, and we will do that. Okay? By segment, by industry segment. Okay? For those alliance JVs, technology transfer, that sharing. We're going to promote India SMEs to private-public stakeholders across the USA. Right now, as I mentioned earlier today, there's capital available out there. There's also, municipalities, just as there are here in India, looking to create incentives if you come to their community. If you wanted to create a booming world, perhaps, in South Carolina, Just like many of the auto manufacturers that were foreign auto manufacturers 20 years ago, they got great incentives to come into their community. We can do the same for our SMEs, especially if they come in force. So we'll do that as well. And then, if you choose to come with your families to the United States, I'm sure everyone in this room has heard about immigration opportunities. You know, they are bandied about, right? Visas, EB-5, E-2, it's like alphabet soup, right? We look to think of it more about, you know, buying a widget of a visa. It needs to be concentrated in growing your business and making it competitive, right? So if you want to bring you and your family and perhaps some of your key employees to the U.S., we'll consult you on those immigration opportunities so you can do it legally as well. So those are the core components of what we are thinking the platform will be for the council to really create that strong, irrestructible bridge that cannot be blockaded by Canadian truckers. I couldn't help myself, I'm sorry. So in closing, I wanted to show a few more pictures if you go to the end. All the way to the end. Okay, that's right. I made this slide before I came to Pune, in that these are some of the parts that are very in hard supply in the U.S. Perhaps people in this room have already understood that. Auto components are scarce. Building components are scarce in the United States right now. One more. It would surprise you to think that sporting goods, of all things, are scarce in the United States right now. I show this here because even though Detroit is our sister city, right now the growth is coming from the southern United States. Some of those tax incentives I've told you about, the manufacturing in the United States is skewing now towards the southern United States. The quality of life, the tax environment, the manufacturing incentives are growing there. And this is very interesting. As technology, smart e-factories, we traffic in data. Data is our currency. This last picture here is harnessed from cell phones. So every one of us carries one, if not two, sometimes three. I carry three. Call me crazy. It knows exactly where we go, when we go, how long we stay, right? We can harness this data now. This is geospatial data that shows, actually, can you move back one so they can see that? Okay. This is over the last 12 months. This is population migration in the United States. The red states are outflows, the blue states are inflows. So you can see exactly where people have left and where they have gone. So there's, you know, a lot of reasons, well, not many reasons actually. People have left the north and gone to the south, and it's not just for the weather. There has been tight COVID restrictions, there's high tax in the north, and basically the economies of the south have been welcoming. They have kept businesses open, and by and large, we've seen dramatic population shifts. Will those normalize? We don't know. But that is the opportunity right now, and the smart, agile businesses are capitalizing on it. So once again, it's exciting to be on the front of these and to help capitalize on these headlines, and we look forward to helping each of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Let me give two announcements today. First announcement, we are taking a delegation to USA and Germany in month of June, so exploring especially for the manufacturing industry related. Those are interested, we will send official email to them. They can. Another very interesting point I want to give on behalf of Joseph Lebas, that we are supporting Indian entrepreneurs, particularly entrepreneurs, or a main workforce, those are looking to go USA for a particularly under the EB5 program. Because most of the entrepreneurs, those are exploring their investment opportunity for identifying the right business partner, right place for investment, and guarantee for return. So, Mr. Leva's one of the company is doing the same advisory services to Indian companies, especially Indian entrepreneurs, Indian people. Those are, confidently they can go, they can expand their business, they can give opportunity to their family to, children for getting the quality education, further education, and they can take advantage. So this is a company which is associated with us, so you can take advantage of that company. Now, how many entrepreneurs sitting here, they are running their factory in MIDC? Good. How many entrepreneurs are running their factory in a private industry place? And how many entrepreneurs looking to set up factory in a private industrial park? Okay. So few are there, but uh, those are running their factories in MIDC, they must be face a lot problem. Buying a land, pursuing the MIDC, taking NOCs, constructing factory, it takes around 2 to 3 years. But Bhumi World is our associate company, associate partner, is providing a plug and play industrial premises. Those SMEs, those industries, those enterprises want to set up factory nearby Mumbai region, they can be explored. So Prakash bhai, what is the specialty of your industrial park? Why SME entrepreneurs from Pune or other part of India to set up business in your Bhumi World?
Thank you very much, Chandrakant ji. You have mentored me a lot in last 10 years. So basically, lots of people heard plug and play unit recently in last 6 months, and it is coming up. And Chandrakant ji just asked me how you know plug and play industrial park will run before 12 years. So there was some story. I am having a basically SME industry of glass wash basin. So my basic core business was the manufacturing the glass wash basin and the interior product of the glass, which is used in house and offices. So I was having factory in Thane. I wanted to expand. I went to MIDC. I didn't got the plot. I got the plot, but the transfer charge is very much high. Then I went to Bhiwandi and buy the land. Then took the permission from the government, started the construction, and it took 3 to 4 years. By the time that product life cycle is vanished, and that I thought that this how like me, there are lots of people who want to start their manufacturing unit in shortest time because they have opportunity right now, and he is not able to do in India because of the lots of things which is having the parameters of taking land from the government, take permission, construct your own factory. After that, when you want to start your factory, it requires more permission from the government, and then you will start the factory. Then we started a journey of making industrial park, ready plug and play industrial park in 2008. And like Mr. Joseph, if he has some assignment from US, some people wants to come to India, and he will get crazy if he goes to MIDC and buy land and construct his own factory for their customers and set up their factory here. So for that we started plug and play ready-made industrial park, ready unit, which is fitting to almost all industry. We are having customers 1600 factories already we have constructed, and they are operational from printing, plastic, engineering, ready-made garment, food, pharma, gold jewelry, furniture, furnishing, and all the products. And we have customers like Nika, Zomato, lots of printing industry. Here all bankers have come. All bankers, they have checkbooks. All checkbooks manufacturing people also in our industrial park. That's how lots of product we are getting. In pandemic, there was issue of making masks, and there are lots of people came that we are importing masks and we are not getting masks. It is price is too much high, 10 times, 15 times, 20 times, and there was opportunity to make masks in India. So we had 40 ready industrial units which is can be utilized for the making masks. In 3 months time, India made the mass which is consumed in India. After 3 months, they have started export. How this happened? Because of the ready plug and play unit. If the mass manufacturing went to MIDC, take plot, take the permission, the corona will be gone after 2 years. So this how the ready plug and play industrial park is very much high. Like if somebody wants to, from US wants to start collaboration in India and telling Indian company to start manufacturing unit, because the automobile parts are very much requirement in US, and we have to start it, and this is the market of 2 years which will be getting the good benefits to US company on Indian company also. So that can be made in India in a very much shortest time. There are lots of customer came to us that we are having unit in 1000 square feet. We want to make 10,000 square feet, but we don't know how to lay out it. So we had the core team inside us, where we made the layout for the small scale industry people, because they don't know the what is the flow of the product, how it will be gone, if how he can utilize his space of 100% utilized for the production. This how we have helped lots of people. We have helped lots of people to go to BSE stock exchange also. There are three companies which is in our industrial park, which from zero to, and now he is into listed company, and in you haven't heard about Focus Lights. So he is our customer. That's how we are helping lots of companies. Somebody came that we are good in manufacturing the product, but we are not good into manufacture sell this product on the online. How we can do? So we help them. We have mentor them. We help them. We have team inside us who can sell their products to the e-commerce facility. So industrial park is not only giving only space. We are giving the other benefits or other the parts which is required to them and to grow them. So this all services we give them, so he can only focus on the technology and innovation of the product. Rest everything we can take care of him. Thank you, Rangaji.
Thank you, Prakashji. Rather, this is very interesting, and I would like to suggest you to collaborate with the Bank of India. Those are buying industrial premises. Bank of India, Mr. Batal can lend them for at least 75% or 80%, so that the money is secured, because premises is a purely government recognized. So this is a good opportunity to entrepreneurs. Those are not can't spend or invest full capital.
So I want to add one more thing. We have made the policy of plug and play industrial park, which is just announced by the Piyush Goyal ji recently before a week. So we have worked hard for 3 years to explain government that we will require a plug and play unit in India. If not, the China market, the other country market will, or everybody will go there, because if we don't create the infrastructure to like if large company comes, government gives red carpet to them, like Kia Motor, IKEA and everything. If small scale industry comes to India, or small scale industry in India want to grow, if we don't have the ready plug and play unit infrastructure, he will not able to grow, because if he has an innovation idea, he has the machinery, but if he is not having the ready unit, so he will not be able to compete with the other market. And the right now the like we are facing MSME facing in India, total cost of the investment, where 50% is going to the land and building, 30% is going to the working capital, 20% is going to the technology and machinery, where we are aiming that we will make this 50% of land and building to 14 or 15%, where the rest money he can utilize in the technology, or utilize in the working capital, or expand is more, and he will generate more cash flow in the same things. Thank you, sir.
Coming back to the Nitinji, you have seen the development in India and other countries also, especially in a US market. What are the trend in the localization and the decentralized capacity manufacturing versus setting up a huge large capacity plant only in one location, or give some examples? I said, what are the trend in the localization and decentralized capacity manufacturing versus setting up huge large capacity plant only in one location or other locations? Give an example like a Sigma.
Yeah. See, actually, our manufacturing facility is, we are not putting all our plants for risk mitigation at one place. So large capacities we have created, but at different plants. Like in Chakan, within Chakan, we are having 4 plants which are at a distance of, which are in the periphery of 1 kilometer. So as far as setting up of the plants are concerned, what we are doing is that we are having a good accessibility, and at the same time they are not far off also, but at the same time from risk mitigation point of view, they are at a certain distance. So when we are setting up a plant, like we set up a plant for sand casting in Jaipur, it is in the SEZ, which is whereas our existing facility, from existing facility, it is at a distance of 25 kilometers. I hope I have answered your question. So this is creating capacities for us is very, very important. And apart from that, when we add to that automation, that really augments our capacity manifold. That is what we are doing.
Thank you. Coming back to the Sunil Mehtaji, how can SMEs use the technology innovations made by startups, particularly which is industry we can focus, and how does that help to R&D and plant patents for that?
See, SME has got a lot many different ideas and different concept. And from point of view of Mitsubishi Electric, we are getting associated, we called it as e-factory alliance partner. In fact, we are working with various startups in India. Last 2 years, we have associated with almost 25 alliance partners where we can give a solution not only in India, but outside India also, as far as the digitization is considered. So we play a role of factory automation product suppliers and the network bringing the data, and then there is a requirement of IT solutions. It may not be a SCADA, or it may not be an MES or ERP type of things, but then we have got lot many companies where they can really provide a good solution for small companies also. Maybe B or C type of companies where the turnovers are not very high, but then a small requirement of data handling, security, and report generation type of things, MIS generation by the entrepreneur, by the owner. So that type of activities can easily be taken up from our side, as well as from our integrators, as well as from our alliance partner. And we can support them to secure that the data moves from the machine to their homemade or maybe any type of ERP or maybe a database. And we can generate the necessary reports from the machine or from the shop floor. And they can also get a good report for the quality and energy consumed per part. So that type of activities can be supported for the small SME industries from our side.
Thank you. Mr. Nagar, when I have visited the PAC Expo, one of the largest expo in the world in Chicago, and I met more than at least 1,000 entrepreneurs there from the US market, the manufacturer from the US country. And when I asked them when you are going to enter in India for supply chain or for setting up business, they said India is not on our list. The packaging industry from the USA said India is not in our list for a export or a setting up industry. What is your observation and why they are not knocking the door of the local market or India market? And what is your thoughts on particularly for industries in packaging industry, how they can tap the international market by using advanced technology, latest technology?
Great question. India basically, till very recently, was perceived as a third category country, a country of snake charmers and rope trick makers and sadhus and all rural. But that is changing very fast. Till very recently, we all were eating our food, roadside food, in newspaper. It has changed. It has changed tremendously, and it is changing at a very fast rate. In the last 1.5 to 2 years, the per capita consumption of packaging product, which was barely 4.2 kg per year per person, has become 8.6. Thanks to pandemic for that. Everything which comes through Amazon or PayPal or wherever it comes from, it comes in a packaged thing. Now that is one aspect of packaging. Second aspect is the end use of the packaging product or the material, including the raw material. Almost all our material which goes into food and food related items, that is where we specialize, is all fully recyclable and is manufactured by environment friendly processes. So it is certainly changing. Maybe next year if you go to Chicago, the scene would be different. And I'm sure a lot of us are working for that. Thank you.
Rather, a special message to the SMEs when they want to explore business opportunity in US?
Well, I think, as I said earlier, the time is maybe yesterday. You don't want to wait for the headlines. You want to be in front of the headlines. Uh, I looked back at things got a little rough during the virus, and now you're almost seeing the tail coming back with the inflation worries we're seeing now. So the packaging story even amplifies it, right? That's great to hear. Congratulations on that. I've seen it. You know, you've heard my story. I've been coming to India for 22 years. I've used great people to help with our companies, and you know, I don't necessarily agree that's the reputation of India. I think most U.S. business people know quality work is done here. For whatever reason, they got entangled with the other country that shall not be named, and now they want to get out of that, right? So the time is now, and as I said earlier, use the resources that are here now to capitalize that. Mr. Neaton knows that, you know. I mean, there's opportunity now because right now there's pain in the U.S. with inflation and labor and you know, but at the same time, the economy is doing well. People have money, right? So it isn't like we're in a depression, you know. So it's kind of a paradox, right? So there's going to be consumption, there's going to be demand, and the demand is not being met right now. So that's the most frustrating thing. So who is going to be there to help answer the bell, right? And these issues are going to be solved. You know, it isn't like you know, any American is going to withstand 7.6 inflation. I mean, you know, it's just out of control. So we have elections in November. You know, there's already a lot of dissatisfaction with where we are. The House of Representatives and the Senate will probably go to the other party, and these problems will be fixed. So my encouragement is start planning now, or start acting now. Planning is probably past. Start acting now, if possible.
Now, coming back to the Nitinji, when you're dealing with the SMEs, those are suppliers, and when they start supplying to your company, they are looking for more orders from you. But you know, while you know supplying them to you, what are the major lack of knowledge or lack of uh, connectivity or lack of manufacturing you observed where we can send a message to the SMEs, particularly the suppliers, those are large corporate, how they can take advantage of the transforming their business?
I think this is a very important question. Uh, like for my company, there are many supplier partners who are in the category of SME. The most important thing SMEs must understand is in the interest of the country and in the interest of their own business, that we always feel that when I am supplying to Sigma, a supplier feels, because he sees that Sigma is in India. So he feels that he or she feels that he is supplying to an Indian manufacturer. But one has to understand where our product will go, we never know. Like we are selling 100% of our product in global market, that is in America. So the first understanding or the learning has to be that our products are growing in the global market. So the quality has to be zero defect. Like in our company, our motto is zero defect. And in last 6 years, we have transformed our quality to zero defect. Absolutely, we don't have any customer warranties, penalties, nothing. So this is first thing. Second is cost competitiveness. So as it is by infrastructure, the SMEs are really lean, but the cost structure has to be such that they are cost competitive. They should supply to us because we are also up against the pressure of global competitors from, I think, I don't hesitate naming the country, that is China. And yeah, we are again up against China, and we are trying to grab a lot of business. We means as a Sigma as well as the country. So cost competitiveness is very, very important. And third is that a robust supply chain, on-time deliveries. These are very important because we monitor our on-time deliveries. So the SMEs need to be really on time and suppliers. And to achieve this, again, I will come back to the same point that Industry 4 and digitization, some steps need to be taken. That will give a fast connect, fast response. That is what is expected.
My final question, because now we have to come to the close. So Sunil Mehta ji, how this production link incentives will be beneficial to SME sector? Yes, Sunil Mehta ji, how this production link incentives scheme will be helpful to the SME sector, especially for the electronics, electricals?
This PLI scheme, definitely people should take advantage of it because I understand that similar type of activities happen in China. And in China, there are many companies has took advantage and they took a subsidy or maybe funding from government for digitization purpose. In a similar way, I think in India also that things can be possible, and as well as SMEs can do digitization, and for that any PLIs, they can avail the benefit from the PLI scheme. Digitization is a process or is a journey. It is not that we are doing the digitization or Industry 4.0 e-factory in a one day. You need to take a steps and you need to move ahead for the digitization. It could be 6 months, or you need to define the goals based whether you want to improve the productivity, you want to improve the quality, energy, everything. And step by step the digitization can be achieved, and for that definitely PLI schemes will be helpful and the advantage should be taken for that.
Friends, how you are hungry, we are also hungry for sharing knowledge. Because all these stalwarts are putting efforts day by day to give the knowledge to the every person. Mr. Joe all the way came from Miami to give inputs to you. And I'm sure that, the industrialization, industrial automation, Industry 4.0, this is not a small subject to discuss in a day. I am going to announce today, next month, we will be organizing full day conference on this subject because I want to educate, I want to empower SMEs. I want to give value addition information to, on all these four or five top companies are putting efforts. They have an innovation setup. Rather, Mr. Patne is here. Mr. Patne, Henkel company, Henkel adhesive company is one of our partner. They have an innovation center here. They have factory here. So many multinational companies are here. They are ready to support you. So let us take advantage. Let us take benefit of these services. Rather, they will be the officially supportive to you to transform your manufacturing unit, to develop your unit and expand your business. So with these words, I'm thankful to all the stalwarts from the different sectors. They have shared their knowledge, and of course, you have to take advantage to improve your capacity, improve your production, and improve your profitability. So our Bank of India will definitely come and lend you, because profitability and credibility improves your vision to the others. Thank you very much for all the sponsors and all the speakers, and especially for all of you that you are listening very carefully and patiently all this subject. Thank you very much.
I would like to request Mr. Chandrakant sir to felicitate all the dignitaries. I'll request Chandrakant sir to felicitate Mr. Prakash Patel, Chairman, Bhumi World Industrial Park. I'll also request sir to felicitate Mr. Joseph Libas, Junior MD Founder, Concord Group Holdings, LLC, USA. After this, I'll request sir to felicitate Mr. Rama Sambandhan, Business Head, Maharashtra and Goa, Airtel Business, Airtel Limited. I request sir to felicitate Mr. Nitin Inamdar, EVP and COO, Global Operations, Sigma Electric Manufacturing Corporation Private Limited. I request sirs to felicitate Mr. Sunil Mehta, General Manager, Technical Support Factory Automation and Industrial Division, Mitsubishi Electric India Private Limited. I'll also request sir to felicitate Mr. S.N. Nagar, CEO, Saspak Ventures Private Limited. And also I'll request, I want to special thank Mr. Ganesh Kumar, MD, Ayogic Fabricon, to please come ahead on the stage. And I'll request Chandrakant sir to felicitate him.